All right, today we are going to show you how to make a really cool looking photo using two applications, HDR Pro and Dynamic Light. But first we're going to need to start with a couple of cool photographs. I'm going to use the sunset. So what you do is you take two pictures of the sunset without moving the camera, a light picture and a dark picture. So for the light picture, you're going to want to tap on the screen somewhere around here to make it stop down and make it darker. And they're going to take another picture, and you're probably want to tap here to make it, brighten up so you see all the shadow detail. Okay, so then once you've got your two pictures, you go over here into Pro HDR, and it's going to ask you to choose the dark picture first. So we'll do that. I'll choose this dark picture first, and then it's going to say choose the lighter picture, which is this one. And then it's going to combine the two pictures together. So it kind of takes the dark parts and the bright parts and puts them together nicely. Okay, now you can see over on the left-hand side, though, it kind of didn't quite get it right. There's a little bit of, reverse vignetting there. So we're going to crop that. But first, let's change the contrast. We're going to really crank that so it's kind of flat, and then bring it down. Bring the brightness way down, and we'll saturate it a little bit so colors are really popping. So that's kind of what our picture is going to look like. We're going to crop this a little bit. Come on, there we go. Something like that, just to get rid of our that stuff that was over on the left side there. Okay, now that looks pretty nice, and already you can see it looks a lot better than the two photos were. I'm going to save that off. And then we're going to do one more thing to it. We're going to use an application called Dynamic Light to give it a little bit more pop. It's going to increase the contrast on certain, you have more shadows, and it's going to look pretty neat if it ever saves here. All right, so now we're going to go over to Dynamic Light. And we're going to actually just use the default setting. So we're going to load the photo. Okay, so we're loading our last photo here. And you can see it's going to go from that to that. It sort of makes it pop a little bit more. So I like that. You can adjust it a little bit too with this slider, but I kind of like it how it is. So we'll just leave it like that. We'll save it off. Save our resulted image here. All right, so now we're going to go back and we'll, oops. Hopefully that's saved. Let's make sure that it did. Taking a little while to save here. Running a few too many applications, including recording the screen. All right, so let's go back to our photos. So we started with two pictures. We started with this one, which was the bright picture, and this one, which is the darker picture. So we got those two. And then our final image is down here. And this is what the final one looks like. Oops, that's not the final one. Where did the final one go? Well, here we go. That's what the final one looks like. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it.